Alright, so a couple days ago, I spoke about CMpunk and how he got fired. And I needed to come back on here one more time just to talk about it. Now, I did see somebody in the comments saying that, I shouldn't bring him up anymore because it's just bringing him more publicity. So I'm sorry. This is going to be the last time I'm going to talk about him. I just want to go through the whole situation because it seems like people are on his side and saying that he's innocent. And I'm here to tell you how Punk got himself fired. Because people are saying that I know he didn't, it's not his fault. But I do think Punk screwed Punk over. In order for us to do that, we got to go through the whole entire timeline of what brought us to this moment. So we're going to start off from everything from beginning to end, and I'm going to explain why this happened. This all starts with Colt Cabana. I know this is mad random, but he plays a big role into what happened in this whole situation. So just keep Colt Cabana in your mind. So at Full Gear 2021, Adam Page defeated Kenny Omega to become the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Now you're wondering, why is this a part of it? Because this also plays a big role into what happens during the situation, because later on, Adam Page would defend his title against CMpunk at Double or Nothing later on in the year. And this is what kicked up everything. So before they had their fight at Double or Nothing, they had a promo where Adam Page basically was saying that he is keeping AEW away from CM Punk because he feels like everybody doesn't know what CM Punk does behind the scenes when everybody believes that he's a locker room leader, hinting at he is the reason why Colt Cabana got fired and was not on AEW television. It's good to note that CM Punk and Colt Cabana were actually really friends and really good ones until roughly around 2014, where things got very hectic and they stopped being friends. So that was the thing. And the Elite will go backstage and spreading rumors that it is CM Punk's fault that Colt Cabana is no longer with them, which, obviously got CM Punk upset, but he didn't say anything for a long time. So people were like, okay, so he just brushed it off. Everybody just thought it was just a quick work. And that's what I thought as well. So at Double or Nothing, CM Punk was able to put away Adam Page and became the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, which was a big moment for the company and a big moment for him. And then, like an idiot, his first night on television as champion, he jumps into the crowd to celebrate and he actually hurts his knee. Like, bro, he didn't last a whole week as AEW World Champion before he got hurt. So yeah, that happened that night. He actually did finish off the match that night, but obviously he had to go away for a little bit, which meant that Jon Moxley became the world champion until CM Punk came back. Then once he came back, they had a match on Dynamite, which was pretty weird. It had a weird ending, but Jon Moxley won, and it was a bit confusing, but it was okay because at All Out in CM Punk's hometown, he got his rematch against Jon Moxley, where he actually won the title back, which was obviously a great moment. Once again, we finally got Punk back to see what was going to happen. Then the lights go out and MJF returns. And why is he important in this? Because MJF had to return after a whole big thing where he was mad at the company, and he laid a huge and the best promo I've ever seen in a long time. So that was basically setting up Punk versus MJF one last time, but this time for the title. And I made a whole video on this whole rivalry before the whole situation happened. Make sure you go check it out because I worked really hard on that video and I did detail by detail of their rivalry. So after he won the title, they had a media scrum right after. And this man, CM Punk, goes off. And mind you, in front of all the media, where they're supposed to report things. Nobody said a word about Colt Cabana until he saw somebody he knew that was friends with Colt Cabana. So he decided to, hey, I'm going to go off right now, and lays out everything. We're talking about him talking about how he used to pay Colt's bills, and then until he decided not to anymore, and then he was going to sue, and then they decided not to sue because he found out that he was sharing a bank account with his mother, and he even named Colt Cabana's mother. Like, there was no reason to do all this. And then he would go off on the Elite for spreading rumors saying that he's the reason that Colt Cabana got fired, which was not the case. And he was just very pissed off in front of Tony Khan saying all of this. And I'm like, why the fuck is Tony Khan not doing anything about this? You're just letting this guy go off for no reason, not even discussing anything that happened that night. He's talking about the past and how he felt about the whole situation with the Elite and how they're talking about him behind their backs and making it seem like he's the reason that Colt Cabana got fired. He was just going off, and it was just like, why are you doing this? Like, out of all times, you could have just talked to them in the back. Instead, you want to go on live television and during the media scrum with the media gonna say something and be like, yeah, I'm gonna discuss this.
That this company has ever drawn off of my back and goes on national television and does that, it's a disgrace to this industry, it's a disgrace to this company. Now, we're far beyond apologies, right? I gave him a fucking chance. It did not get handled, and you saw what I had to do, which is very regrettable, lowering myself to his fucking level. But that's where we're at right now. And I will still walk up and down this hallway and say, if you have a fucking problem with me, take it up with me. Let's fucking go.
Right in front of TK, and TK did nothing about it. So he's partially to blame about this whole situation. But anyways, after the situation happened, the Elite go to his locker room right after the whole situation where he just blasted them on the media scrum, right? After he told everybody live, he said, if you have a problem with me, come see me. Did he not say that? So CM Punk and Ace Steel was in his locker room with his very loved dog, Larry. Now, I don't know why people kept saying, and they kept rumoring that AJ was in the room with Larry as well, which was a damn lie. I don't know who reported that, but she was not there. It was just Larry, Ace Steel, and CM Punk, and then the Elite came, and then CM Punk threw the first punch at the Elite, and then the whole brawl happened. And everything was going, Ace Steel even bit Kenny Omega, I don't know why. And then CM Punk created a lie saying that Larry lost a tooth during the fight, which is a damn lie as well. I don't know why people keep fucking lying about it, but CM Punk lied and said that Larry lost a tooth, which was not the case at all. Anyways, after that whole situation, CM Punk and the Elite were suspended. The Elite lost their titles. CM Punk lost his title for a little bit, and also he was hurt. So he had an even longer time. Not only was he injured again, but he had this whole situation that he started. Even though people say that it was the Elite's fault, I totally understand, because it is their fault, because there was no reason to be doing all that. And CM Punk said that he works with children, which is right, because the Elite are acting like children. However, you steeping to their level makes you even more of a child as well. So then after everything happens, CM Punk finally comes back. Warner Bros. Gives him his own show called Collision, so he doesn't have to work with the Elite anymore. He can have his own show, so there's no drama, right? So his first night back on Collision, this man throws shots at the Young Bucks immediately. So remember he said that they were acting like children? He was doing the same thing. Then on a different taping, once it was over and they weren't on live television, he was talking about Hangman Page. So after that, granted, he did apologize afterwards, but still, why mention him? So it just got worse. Like, why would you do something like that? You were talking about their children. You're a child yourself, because you're steeping to their level. And, you know, it just didn't make any sense to me. I'm just like, bro, come on. Like, you're talking about they need to grow up. You need to grow up as well, because look what you're doing. Anyways, and time goes by. And then CM Punk and Jack Perry have a situation in the back. Jack Perry said that he wants to do a spot where Jack Perry puts himself through real glass instead of fake glass. And CM Punk suggested he should not do that. And after that, Jack Perry decided, hey, I'm going to call out CM Punk, throw shots at him, saying that I'm going through actual glass. And he actually did go through glass. Then after that match was over, CM Punk got in Jack Perry's face about calling him out, taking shots at him, talking about the real glass thing. And next thing you know, he throws the first punch at Jack Perry. He put him in a chokehold, apparently. And then after that, Jack Perry was sent to his hotel and could not stay. Meanwhile, CM Punk had to stay because he was starting to show off, defending his title against Samoa Joe. So, listen to this. AEW All In, AEW's biggest event ever. We're talking about 80,000 people in this arena ready for this show. And only people are talking about, the only thing they're talking about is CM Punk and Jack Perry. All because CM Punk wants to start drama again. Yes, it's Jack Perry's fault for even starting up with taking shots, but there was no reason for CM Punk to get in his face and choke him. Like, what? And everybody's talking on CM Punk's side. Like, they're both to blame, and they were both suspended. And then apparently afterwards, CM Punk lunged at Tony Khan. The person that signs your checks, that guy that's paying you, you lunge at him? Does that make any sense at all? And he also said the first night that CM Punk came to AEW, he went in Williams Regal's face when, he got there and said that he despised William Regal, he doesn't respect him or anything of that. Now, I just threw that in there because, like, who hates William Regal? Nobody ever does. But anyway, then CM Punk gets fired, and that's where we are right now. So yes, there's a lot of people involved on there that it is to blame, but CM Punk got fired, and I think it was the right choice. Look what happened. Look at all the drama. Yes, did he start most of the drama? No, but you getting into it, you're the one that's continuously getting into the drama because of how you act and your ego, and they know that you're a hothead. So this is what happens, TK. When you become buddy-buddy with all your people in your roster, they start to take over thinking they can get away with it just because you're friends with them and you're big fans of what they do. So firing CM Punk was the right thing. Yes, he was a huge draw. And yes, people are not going to tune in, to watch AEW sometimes because CM Punk is not there and they feel like it was the wrong decision. I don't care. He was a big draw and he was helping the company, and the shows are better with him on. However, TK knew that this was going to continue and that he was going to become a cancer to the locker room. And he knows by firing CM Punk, everybody's going to be on notice. Like, listen, I just fired our biggest draw. So don't think you're going to get away with whatever you think is going to go. So you got to stop the drama, which I like. I'm glad Tony Khan had the balls to do what he did. So everybody who's like, oh my God, he should never fire CM Punk, he's stupid for that. I just want everybody to realize that AEW was totally fine before CM Punk got there. People are pretending as if CM Punk is the only reason that AEW exists, which is not true. AEW was totally fine without him. It's just CM Punk helped him out, which makes sense. But listen, when you're going to keep doing stuff that's going to become cancer to the locker room, it's going to affect the product when people report it, like the media, it doesn't look good for the company. So that's all I'm just going to say, because I keep seeing people like, oh, this is not CM Punk's fault. It's the EVP's fault because, they're not being real EVPs. The elite are not being real leaders like they should be. And I'm like, listen, you're right on that, but so is CM Punk. Like, they all to blame for this. Listen, they're all childish. No matter what CM Punk says, yes, he works with children, but he's a child himself for even getting into the beef with them. They could have simply settled it by having a discussion in the back without you going off on social media at the media scrum. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for this video. I'm probably going to not do any more CM Punk videos unless more stuff comes out. Anyways, this has been NezReacts, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys.